You're tuned into Raw Real Talk, where we give you the real deal. Yes, we do. And today on Raw Real Talk, we're going to talk about something that I was watching on TV late last night. I was just going through the channels last night, late last night, I might add, and I ran across an old HBO special called Hooker's Point. I've seen the special before, but it intrigued me the last time I watched it, so I was like, let me watch it again. All right? And for all of you who do not know what Hooker's Point is, it's a place where women sell their bodies. They walk down the street, call the point, and wait for a gentleman, or what they like to call Johns, to pick them up and pay them for various sexual favors, okay? Now, my question, when I was watching this, I'm like, okay, without men, women couldn't do this. So the question came in my mind is, what is it about pussy that make men go crazy? I was just thinking about that. What is it about our pussies that make men go crazy? They would do the craziest shit for some pussy. They would have a woman at home, a girlfriend on the side, and plus still got the nerve to go look at a prostitute and pay for some pussy. Now, with so many aspects I can talk about around this situation. I can talk about the man. I can talk about what is it about the women that feels like they got to do this. And a lot of them said in the video that they've been molested. You know, their fathers turned them out, which is so sad. It's so saddening when they talk about their stories. You know what I'm saying? And a John will come up to them, and when they got their first customer, you know, it was like basically like candy for them. And a lot of them, this is an addiction for a lot of these women. But I'm thinking the addiction couldn't be there, just like with drugs. The addiction for drugs couldn't be there. We didn't have assholes out there making it. You know what I'm saying? And giving these women a way to get high. And that's just what prostitution is for a lot of these prostitutes. It's just crazy. And I know people got to do what they got to do to get where they're going. But I just pray for them that they find a better way to do it. You know, I don't want to just sit there and just judge people or whatever, but this is Raw Real Talk. And I'm just talking about this because if it wasn't for men, women couldn't do this particular job. You know what I'm saying? And I just had to ask myself, what is it about our pussies that make men go crazy? Women, you have to ask yourself about the gift that was given to you by God. And once you give up your jewel, of course you heard that you can't give it back once you give your virginity. And a lot of these women been turned out by family members, you know, which goes back to the molestation thing. And they feel like they got to go on the streets, you know, to do this. And I was just thinking of, damn, it's to a point where it's so many men doing it, they had to think of a name for these men. And they all of their names are called John. And that's why they call them Johns. And they call the prostitutes tricks. You know what I'm saying? And they got a wall with hookers and Johns trick or treat. And I'm like, if it wasn't for men, nasty asses, it wouldn't be a job for hookers and prostitutes. And a lot of these men got their excuses. And what I heard through a lot of the prostitutes is they say, that I asked the man, why is he out here buying pussy? And they say, because my girl or my wife won't do the things that you would do. Like you do got some women that want to suck no dick. That's true. But most women are into pleasing their man. And it is people that I know now that actually is doing tricks. I said tricks for their man. Sucking dick. Doing all kinds of positions for their man. Dressing up in costumes and all kinds of crazy shit. And they still out there got the nerve to be buying pussy. Now, man, you need to ask yourselves that. What it is going on that you buying pussy? There go my telephone now. There go my telephone now. That's what I'm telling you. That we just got things going on over here. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Now, what I got right here is my incense lit. I got a nice room temperature glass of water. Nothing in it. No ice or anything. With my white piece of paper towel laying under it. It's just a nice ambiance going up in here. And whatever it is that you do to get your grooves and your rocks off while you sitting there just chilling and relaxing, got your shit going on, You light your incense. And if you know anything about incense, one thing incense do is know how to set the mood for you. Not only do it make your ambiance smell good and where you are smell good. And have you ever had that incense that was just smelling so good to get your ass high? It makes you feel good and you start coughing and shit. I love that. You know what I'm saying? I love that. I don't do dope, but I love that to inhale a nice, fresh smelling incense. I like all kinds of incense. But back to our original subject at hand, men and pussy. Just ask yourself, man, what is it about pussy, coochie, that make you go crazy that you got to go out and buy it? No, you got a woman at home that would do all kinds of shit that we consider nasty shit that you want her to do. Suck your dick, lick your ass, all kinds of shit. And you go and find yourself a hooker to suck your dick. And then you want to tell the hooker, the reason why I'm doing this is because my woman won't do the things that you do. And you know that's a lie. You just nasty. And you want to go out and get you some more pussy. And there's something about pussy and buying it that gets men off. They would sit there and just scuffle through their pockets for these prostitutes. And I watched this video. And you got this woman out there, these prostitutes out there, in the clothes they would wear to bed. Or let alone just bra and panties or a thong with their ass just slamming, just out there, just hitting that pavement. You go, girls. You do what you got to do. But at the same time, I am not advocating prostitution. And I don't want to say exactly where these places are to have these men going out going crazy. And most of them know if they're Johns, like I said. You know where it is. But that's just a question of the day. What is it about pussy that makes men go crazy? And why is it that when you got your woman at home is cooking, cleaning, doing all kinds of shit, taking care of your children, and you go out and get some woman, some prostitute sucking your dick? Let me know how you feel about that shit. It's crazy. And on that note, like I said, this is Raw Real Talk. And no subject is too taboo for us to bring to you. It doesn't matter. Fashion, celebrities. Yeah, celebrities is crazy ass celebrities. Politics, sex. It don't matter what level. Therapy. We got it for you. And if you want to ask me anything, please leave your questions and comments. And please subscribe. And thank you for listening. Because when you subscribe, you keep us coming to you. And I know you out there listening to me. I don't care if I got one listener. So God bless you.